Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Odin's Movie Blog. I am the critic who is a cynic. Hope you are doing well. And today we've got some really exciting news. So I know that every person out there has been waiting for this announcement, has been waiting to find out exactly all the details on this. And so I wanted to make a special video dedicated to this, but also I'm going to touch on something after this as well. Something that has been going on the last couple of days with some conversations on Twitter that I just thought was just pure box office gold. But first, let's talk about the exciting news before we kind of bring things down a little bit back to reality. But man, Solo, A Star Wars Story, Blu-ray, DVD, and digital release is all set for September. Are you excited? I know I'm excited. Let's find out what is going to be on this amazing Blu-ray. Look at that art cover. Look at that. Doesn't that just make you want to watch it? I mean, you've got obviously, Alden Ehrenreich in the front, you've got Pando Lando on the side, and then who's that in the back? Who is that in the back who should be front and center? Who should be the very core and crux of this photo? L337. May she rest in pieces. All right. So what actually do you get with this? Well, first off, let's talk about the release date. Lucasfilm's Solo, A Star Wars Story will fly in on digital HD and 4K Ultra HD on September 14th, and on Blu-ray, 4K Blu-ray DVD, and on demand on September 25th. I'm excited. Are you excited? You know what would be even better? Imagine if it gets released on Netflix at the same time. I cannot wait for September. That's 3 days before my birthday. I cannot wait to check this movie out on Blu-ray of all things. What are they going to offer? What is going to be? This is the amazing things they're going to offer. Let's see. All right. Let's see what this says. All right. Solo, the director and cast roundtable sit down with director Ron Howard and the stars for an intimate and entertaining discussion of the film's making. I wonder if they're going to go into all the chaos that happened before Ron Howard got on. That would be interesting, right? Team Chewie, see what it takes to bring your favorite Wookiee to life in this lighthearted look behind the scenes. You know what, though? Out of everything, that probably is going to be the thing that I actually would like to see. I cannot wait to find a way to watch that without actually having to give money to Lucasfilm to actually get the Blu-ray, because that actually sounds kind of interesting. That sounds actually kind of fun. Here was the one, though, that I saw. So I tweeted this article out earlier today, and it was this one that, to me, just made this Blu-ray. It made me want to buy the Blu-ray, and that is Kasdan on Kasdan, which just sounds amazing. Everyone wants to see John Kasdan and Lawrence Kasdan talking to each other. I hope that it's Lawrence Kasdan on the brilliance of John Kasdan. I really hope, but let's see what it says. Iconic Star Wars screenwriter Lawrence Kasdan and son Jonathan share what it was like to write the movie's script together. And I just hope that John Kasdan goes into his own mind, or that Lawrence Kasdan, that his father tries to dive into his son's intellect and into his son's psyche to find out what made him want to make Lando Calrissian a pansexual. That's what I would like to know. I hope they go into that, because I think everyone's asking that. Why? Why did Lando Calrissian have to be a pansexual? Why was that a story element that you had to release 1 week before the film came out? I want to know that. Hopefully Kasdan on Kasdan answers those questions. This is exciting stuff. All right, remaking the Millennium Falcon. Okay, it should be called the Millennium Flamingo, but that's okay. We'll let that one go for now. I'm sure that Ethan Van Sciver will let that go as well. But what does it say? Track the transformation of the most famous ship in the galaxy. What used to be the most famous ship in the galaxy. From Lando Pando's swank and impeccable pride and joy to Han's stripped-down hot rod freighter with special modifications. Interesting. I don't really understand where that was in the movie, but okay. Escape from Corellia. Get behind the wheel for making of the high-octane chase through the streets of Corellia. That sounds such exciting stuff. That was my favorite scene in the movie, was the chase in Corellia. I'm telling you right now, that was the best part of the film. Want to see more of that. The train heist. Explore the challenges and thrills of creating this action-packed sequence, including its remote location and spectacular effects. Okay, the train scene was actually kind of cool. I mean, it was kind of messed up with some really bad character arcs and some really bad character twists. But overall, I mean, I guess it was fun. Oh my goodness, here's another one. Becoming Droid L337. Meet the newest droid and the talented actor who helps bring her to life. Yes, this is what we all want. This is what the people buying this Blu-ray, because it's not going to be a lot of people. This is probably something that the people who actually go ahead to buy this Blu-ray, people like the guy we're going to talk about in a second, Mr. Brian Young, probably is going to want to buy this Blu-ray for this reason, to find out more about L337, the most annoying droid that has ever been created in any Star Wars universe. Whether it was the extended universe, whether it's the Knights of the Old Republic, doesn't matter where it comes from. Everyone wanted to see more about this annoying, just awful character droid L337, and you know what? Solo, the Blu-ray, is delivering that. Lucasfilm knows exactly what the fans want. They know exactly what we want. What do we want? We want John Kasdan on Lawrence Kasdan. We want to see that interview. We want to see the origins of Lando Pando. We want to see becoming L337. These are the things that the fans want. These are not what the fans hate. This is not something that you should run from and try to avoid. No, this is something to embrace. This is something to look forward to. Oh man, scoundrels, droids, creatures, and cards, welcome to Fort Yipso. Take an in-depth tour of the rough and tumble bar where strangers mix and gamblers risk all in the legendary card Sabacc. Yes, oh my goodness, I want to see that, especially if we get to see more of Pando Lando. Into the Maelstrom, the Kessel Run. Join Han and Chewie at the controls of Millennium Falcon to see how this legendary moment in Star Wars history unfolds. Kessel Run was kind of cool. There were some weird worm creatures that had no reason to be inside all of that, but you know what? Hey, it was kind of cool. Again, I will always say, I can say a couple of nice things about the film, but then it's just covered in crap. Again, it's a C-level film, but then you remember the crap that surrounds it and also all the crap that happened outside of the film, and you realize, yeah, it's still a C-level film. Oh, what else? Oh, there's so many things. Deleted scenes. Proxima's Den. Yes, Proxima. Oh my goodness, we want to see more of Proxima, that weird worm creature. Corellian foot chase. Han Solo Imperial Cadet. Wait, we actually get to see more of Han Solo as part of the Imperial Army? That was one of the only interesting character arcs in the film, and then they just totally brushed by it. So we're actually going to get to see more of that? That's kind of cool. The Battle of Mimban extended. Han versus Chewie extended. Yes, we want to see more of that. Hopefully that includes some more of that shower scene too. Snowball fight. Snowball fight? Oh my goodness, I want to see a snowball fight. Meet Dryden, extended, coaxium, double cross. Ooh, oh my goodness. Guys, does this make you want to buy this Blu-ray? Please let me know in the comments. I would love to know if all of these different scenes, these extra bits, all this behind-the-scenes stuff, again, Kasdan on Kasdan, becoming droid L337, are those the things that are going to make you want to actually see this film if you haven't seen it already and buy the Blu-ray? Is that going to be enough? Is it? The Millennium Falcon, from page to park, an exclusive look at the history of the most famous ship in the galaxy, what used to be the most famous ship in the galaxy, its origin and development, and how it will translate in one of the most anticipated expansions in Disneyland's history. Well, that might be kind of cool for anyone that's a theme park enthusiast, but you know what? That whole ship has kind of been ruined by the fact that L337's brain is now a part of it, and I'm guaranteeing you they're probably going to try and bring it back in some way, and I swear, if at any point the Millennium Falcon starts talking to me in that annoying... I'm going to calm down. I'm going to keep it calm today, guys. I'm going to keep it calm. All right, directed by Ron Howard, the fun-filled galactic heist movie stars Alden Ehrenreich, Woody Harrelson, who was actually pretty good, Emilia Clarke, Donald Glover, Thandie Newton, awesome, killed way too soon, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, oh, that's L337, Paul Bettany, I love Paul Bettany, he's great too, and Joonas Suotamo returns to play Chewbacca. Hey, Chewbacca was the best part of that film. That is something I said in my initial review, and it's still true. Chewbacca was definitely the best part of that film, so I'm definitely excited for that. Oh man, so this is just a little bit of an inside out about the different things going on, but oh man, let me know though, is this stuff that you want to see? Is this stuff what you're seeing? You know, there's one person who I think would want to see this. There's one person. And that's Mr. Brian Young. Yes, we're still talking about him because I found more stuff. I sent out a tweet earlier asking people to try and engage him, to try and ask him questions, because there's been a lot of questions that have been asked that he's just danced around, that he's just ignored. And so I kind of want the answers. He's blocked me already because he doesn't want to engage, but I wanted to see if anyone else was able to get some answers at him. So they were able to get some responses, but also someone on Twitter, and I want to make sure that I give them a shout out, because I do think it's really important that I give credit where credit is due, and this is the person that shouted this out to me and let me know that this was going on, and man, I am so excited for it, and that is All-Star DC Comics. So All-Star DC Comics, thank you so much. Go check him out on Twitter, All-Star DC Comics. He's a really great Twitter handle, really great guy, and he shared with me some information about Brian Johnson, or rather, I keep saying Brian Johnson, about Brian Young that I think is really interesting. But anyway, it's all going to feed into the fact that Brian Young is one of those persons that's going to be on day one pre-ordering the Blu-ray for Solo because he loves it so much. But let's find out a little bit more about him. I think, it's been fun talking about him for the last couple of days, so let's just continue that conversation. So Brian Young, I'm not sure it's narrow-minded to say that Star Wars teaches us not to be conservatives. That's my interpretation of the story. I'm sure it's not. It's narrow-minded. I'm not sure it's narrow-minded. So he's saying that it's not narrow-minded to say that the Star Wars films teach people to not have a conservative mindset. I don't remember the Star Wars films ever really dealing a whole lot with American politics when it comes to conservative versus liberal. Don't really remember that being a part of it, but hey, I guess that's what, gets you through the night, is that it has to be political, but, let's see. Oh, let's see. Oh, man. Oh, Oh, this sounds interesting. So let's see. I'm really proud of my latest piece for Slash Film. So guys, check out his piece on Slash Film and let me know what you thought about it. I looked at Rian Johnson's Last Jedi through the lens of Martin Scorsese's The Last Temptation of Christ, which is a classic. Again, I love that film. I hope it can offer us a window both into Luke and the reaction of the fans. Oh boy. So if you're going to talk about the fact that The Last Temptation of Christ got a lot of backlash, it's because there were some things that were being done with the character of Jesus that a lot of Christians weren't comfortable with. But in retrospect, what we see is that that film ended up being a classic story. And also, I feel like nowadays there really isn't as much backlash against that film. That's something that I know that even as a Catholic school teacher, I'm totally comfortable watching that film because I understand what it is and I understand what it's trying to do, and it does it extremely well. I don't really think you can, in today's world, this would be an article that might have worked if you were going to try and make this, if you were going to try and make this argument about Luke. If, let's say you went back to like the 1970s, 1980s when these films were coming out, then you could have written this article. But in today's world, with Solo, or rather with, he's trying to do it with The Last Jedi, it doesn't really work because the controversy doesn't still exist with that movie, and it's a very different kind of controversy altogether. And to try and compare Luke to Jesus, at least the Last Jedi version, doesn't work. Oh, let's see. And this is where I really want to talk to. This is from a few hours ago. Brian Young says, "Oh my goodness, so many! Wow, a lot of deleted scenes on the disc. Proximus Den just lists off all those things. Snowball fight. He's excited. Brian Young is excited about Snowball fight, guys. Oh my goodness. Oh, September 14th, 25th is so far away. I need it again now. Oh man." Brian Young, he needs Solo again now. He needs the only Star Wars film to ever lose money, ever in the history of Star Wars. He needs that film again. He needs to try and make up that $200 million plus loss. That's the reason why he's so excited for it, because he cannot wait to give Lucasfilm more money. Oh my goodness, let's see what else. All right, so we got some more responses here. So let's see. I also love that Ash is quoted at the top of the press release, makes the jump to light speed and doesn't slow down. Yes, because that's how everyone felt about Solo. Just look at the box office numbers and you'll understand exactly where we're coming from. There's a conversation with Lawrence and John Kasdan too. I'm keenly interested in seeing that. Those two are great. Yeah, especially John Kasdan. Again, making Lando pansexual. Oh, he's so great. Oh, he's so wonderful. Let's see. There's a bunch of mini docs too. A roundtable of the cast and crew making Chewie work. The couple focused on the Falcon. Yes. Oh my goodness. Brian Young. He's so excited. He is so excited for this film. Oh, he's so excited. But let's see. Let's look. Okay. So here's some conversation. So I asked people to engage, and it looks like some people took that advice. So let's see. Brian Young says, "I don't feel blinded. I've panned a lot of Star Wars content that didn't work." I would love to see what he panned about Star Wars, especially recent Star Wars. And I mean, Matthew Kaddish gets right to it. May I ask what you've been critical of regarding Last Jedi? I wish Paige would have had a larger role, and I wish Starkiller tech would have been referenced instead of Death Star tech. That's quite a lot of criticism. Brian. Paige. Oh, more Paige. And, doesn't want any Death Star references. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful criticism. Matthew Kaddish. Are those the only criticisms you have of The Last Jedi? Nothing concerning the plot holes or the character arcs? And here we go. There weren't plot holes. The character arcs were great. I'm going to let y'all deal with that in the comments below. So, guys, let me know what you thought about Solo. Are you excited for the Blu-ray sale? Is there anything on there that makes you want to actually buy it and make you as excited as Brian Young is for this? And also, too, please leave a comment just pointing out some of the plot holes to Brian Young. And if you want to tell him yourself, please, again, at Swank Motron. Again, I'm not looking for anyone to attack him. I'm not looking for anyone to, I'm not looking for attacks. I'm not looking for that. I'm not calling for that. But I do think this guy needs to be approached. This guy needs to be engaged because he is obviously living in this tiny little bubble. And I think that's the time that we pop that bubble so that he enters into the real world and hopefully wises up a little bit, because instead of just, putting out really divisive content talking about how, I can't understand how anyone could be conservative and still like Star Wars, and throwing out things like the fanboy tears mug and all this other nonsense, and yet he won't encourage or acknowledge that there are people that disagree with him and want to engage in discussions. He instead would either just block them altogether and just not engage. So why don't you just take my advice, engage with him. I would actually say, ask him this question. Please explain to me how this is not a plot hole and give your explanation of the plethora of plot holes that exist in Last Jedi, because anyone with a brain knows there are so many things that don't work, not just between The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens, of which there are so many narrative flaws and so many narrative issues, but then also at the same time within the film itself there are several plot holes too. So please let him know that, and also let me know what you're going to tell him in the comments below. I would greatly appreciate that. Hope you liked this video. If you did, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe if you haven't done so already. I would greatly appreciate that. And also, please have a great day, and as always, God bless.